All right, guys, so I did a Periscope, but put me your questions here. It doesn't have to be fitness related. Anything you guys want to talk about, question and answer right now. I'm going to film it on YouTube, so let's go send them in right now. All right. Let's see what we got.
I need tips on increasing my bench.
That wasn't a question. That's just tips on increasing your bench. There's some bench videos you can refer back to as far as like warming up and stuff, which will help you get better at benching. But as far as tips, I'm going to be releasing a video series on just the bench press in the future. But this is going to be hard to answer that directly to you because I don't know what your weak points are. So let's keep going.
Hey Brad, I'm a hard gainer and I'm not eating half as much as I should be eating right now. What do you recommend as a way to increase my appetite or for me to eat more?
Yo, it's crazy. So I like his question a lot because I had the hardest time eating enough food when I started all this. It was like a joke that my friends would put an album on Facebook and they would take pictures of all the food that I couldn't finish and say it was Brad's unfinished meals. And I'll never forget that because it drove me to want to like almost, I'm not telling you guys to do this, but if you're trying to gain weight, you have to start to stuff yourself. And there's a lot of times that I wanted to throw up, but I held it in. And now, what I learned now in the future, an easier way to add calories, things like gainer shakes where you can get like a ton of calories in one, carbs, protein, fat, and then oils. So like coconut oil is a really good one, a really clean one as well that you can just squeeze in your mouth and eat, or olive oil. But there's always ways to get in more calories. Peanut butter is another good one because you could eat it most of the time and it's not really a chore. But you have to find those odds and ends that work for you. So my best advice is, and it's what I do right now when I'm trying to gain extra weight, is coconut oil. Squeeze it straight into your mouth and just eat it, and don't, eat it after a meal. So say you just got done with a meal, some extra coconut oil is gonna add like an extra, 500, 600 calories in that meal that you wouldn't have never ate. So it's just about calories in. Just, you gotta kind of force it. If you're one of those kind of people like I was. Man, you know what I just decided right now? I decided that fuck this keeping this whole under 6-minute thing. This is way too hard to keep under 6 minutes. I'd rather just give you guys as much as I can. If you care, you're gonna watch the whole video. If not, you're gonna cut it to where you want to see it, or you're gonna cut it wherever. So I'm just gonna do this as I did it the first time. So I hope you guys enjoy it. All right.
How many calories should I eat a day to lose weight, even though I weigh 240 and I'm 19?
I don't know what he said. Cut that one.
What's up, Bradley? Do you think that counting reps and sets is important? And if so, how do you arrive at a number of sets and reps for each exercise?
Really, really cool question. All right. So to answer your question, his name's Adam Hoodman on his Snapchat. Do I think counting reps and sets is important? Yes and no. So in the beginning, right? So when you're a beginner and you first start working out, don't get caught up so much in, I gotta hit this many sets, this many reps, this numbers, this rest time. Just work hard, right? And as you kind of progress and get to a point where like you start to see certain gains, you start to get better at the bench press, better at the squat, better at the deadlift, then you can start to say, okay, like I'm starting to plateau and I've been working out like this. This is my style of working out, right? Because like, for example, with my online coaching programs, what I'll do with my clients online is I'll figure out what they've been doing and give them like a prescription of what they should do based on everything they've already done. So I can't tell you necessarily like how much sets and reps to do, but is it important? Yes and no. And it goes both ways because you have to learn how to get intensity first before sets and reps even matter. If you don't know how to do intensity or have intensity or get intensity in your workouts, then I could say go do 10 sets, 5 reps, this weight, and it doesn't mean anything, right? So it's more about the loading and how hard you're actually working on all of those sets and reps. So in the beginning, don't think so much about numbers, sets and reps, just push yourself, go hard every time, go to failure. Don't be afraid to miss a set, don't be afraid to miss a lift, and just work hard. And then as you get better and better, and as you progress more, or if you want to find someone who can help you take you to the next level, then you can start to say, okay, this is what I've done, how can I improve? What kind of sets and reps can I do? And what kind of rest time and what kind of stress? And it's a whole nother story, right? So it's all about where you are in this game of weightlifting and where you want to take it. So I was blowing up my phone.
My name is Martyn. I'm 16 years old. I work at a school, but my school is going on strike. I actually live in Canada, and I won't have anywhere to work out for probably 2 to 3 weeks. What are some things you suggest that I can do at home? I have 2 bars and about 100 pounds of weights. So thanks a lot.
Cool question. So he's telling me that he, you know, wherever he is at in his life, he doesn't have a real availability to lift weights in the gym. And I get it. I've been there, and even when I haven't been there, sometimes I like to work out at home. So things that you could do at home, this goes for everybody. Push-ups, sit-ups, planks, squats, air squats. So if you have a barbell and some weights, I mean, you can do, and you could teach yourself how to do like the power movement. So this will be a little bit harder. You might want to YouTube some stuff. I'm gonna put some videos out there for it, but what I'm saying is there's a lot you can get done with a barbell, 100 pounds, and some dumbbells. You just have to be creative, right? So things like overhead presses, deadlifts, barbell curls, rows, things that are heavy and compound, you could do with the barbell, you could do with the dumbbells, and get creative. So I'm gonna actually, you know what, this has inspired me. I'm gonna do a little series like at home, a little bit of at home routines that you could do with like a minimal amount of weight equipment, and even just with your body weight, because I know a lot of you guys out there probably want something like that. So I'm gonna make sure I deliver something like that. Okay, let's keep going.
Bro, how do you front squat? It's hard for me. I don't know. I play football, so I don't know. It's hard for me. How do I do it? That's it.
Okay, that's a really vague question, how to front squat. But did I do a tutorial on it? I didn't do a thing on it. So I'll do a tutorial on the front squat for you guys. But I guess my best advice is you need good shoulder flexibility, and you need to learn how to squat first. So learn how to do the back squat before you start trying to tackle the front squat. Once you get those mechanics down, then you can kind of understand both. But I'll do an explanation on the front squat, definitely in the future.
I'm 14. I go to the gym 6 times a week. Is that too much or is it fine?
6 times a week? Hey, you're like my hero. No, it's good, man. Don't worry about it. It's going to the gym 6 times a week, 7 times a week is not a bad thing. It's all about what you're doing those days when you're there. And you're 16 years old, honestly, if you're going in each day and you're hitting a different body part differently, or you're going in each day and you're you know, attacking a routine that's working for you, it's not gonna be an issue. Don't be worried about going to the gym 6 days a week. It's fine. In most cases, that's optimal, right? You're still giving yourself a rest day where you can do like go outdoors, have fun, play with your friends, whatever it is. But going to the gym 6 days a week is not gonna be a bad thing. It's gonna benefit you. You just gotta make sure each time you're going to the gym, you're optimizing your workout. So that's all it comes down to. And I go 7 days a week, but every single day, oh, who am I kidding? Every day is intense. but it's different. It's kind of like I've learned myself, and I've learned what variance I need in to go harder, to push myself harder this day. And it almost comes down to like, when I step into the gym, how do I feel, right? So I just like to be in the gym, right? Whether I'm working out or not. So I'm gonna work out. If I feel like I could push myself harder that day on that given exercise or the body part that I'm working out, then I'll push myself harder. If I can't, then I'll dial it back, and I'll maybe work on technique, I'll work on form. So it's all about how you feel when you get in the gym each day. But if you can, go hard as you can, that's it. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, that's me.
Bradley, what's your opinion on alcohol? If you work out every day but drink on the weekends, what effect does it?
Okay, so that's an interesting question. I'm not a big drinker. I don't like drinking just because I don't like the way that I feel the next day or the days after. My performance is low, right? So, but I'm never gonna tell you not to do something, right? It'd be silly if I was like, don't drink alcohol, because I'm drinking alcohol, and I've been there and I've done that. And it's not optimal for your performance or your progress, but look, the reality is this: we're all humans, right? Just like cheating, you're gonna fuck up every once in a while. You're gonna wanna go out and go out of your way and have fun and do something different. And I can never tell you don't do that, because that'd be silly. Then you wouldn't be a human. I wouldn't be a human. I'd be a damn hypocrite as well. So enjoy yourself, have fun. But if it becomes like a every weekend thing, every like other day thing, then it's gonna be a big issue, right? Then you're an alcoholic. So don't do that. But seriously, enjoy yourself, have fun. Just be mindful, be careful, and most importantly, don't drink and drive, motherfucker. I'll beat you up.
So Bradley, should you have a cardio day, or should you have cardio for about 15-20 minutes after your workout?
I like that question. Should you have a cardio day, or should you have like cardio after your workouts? It honestly depends what kind of routine you're following and what all you're doing is actually like. Let me restate. Cardio days versus cardio after your workouts. I like doing cardio after my workouts if I'm gonna do them at all. Sometimes I like to do cardio with a jump rope in between sets and reps. Just depends what kind of routine you're following. What's optimal, everything is person by person. You have to figure out what works best for you. But I would recommend, if you're trying to gain strength, separate your work days with the weights and your cardio days, right? And you never want to do like a heavy cardio day like before you're gonna squat or something like that. It might make your squats weaker because you're expelling that energy and you're not gonna have the right amount of stored energy for that next workout the next day. So just be mindful that everything you do has an effect on you, right? So if you go to the gym and you like do a ton of cardio and then you want to go the next day and squat, don't be surprised if you're a little weaker than if you didn't do the cardio and just went and squatted. So if you took that rest day before the squat, you might be more optimal on the squat day. So just be aware of what you're doing and how it's affecting your routine. So, okay. Damn, so many.
What's going on, Bradley? What's your favorite cheat meal? And congratulations on 100,000 subscribers.
Oh man, he said congratulations on 100,000. I appreciate you. And my favorite cheat meal, you know, it's funny. I have like a dark secret. My favorite food to order to myself at night, like late at night, Thai food. I love Thai food. I eat so much pad Thai and so much fried rice. It would make you sick to your stomach if you've seen all that stuff. But yeah, so I like Thai food. It's a favorite of mine. In-N-Out Chipotle as well. Let's keep going now. Oh my gosh, okay.
Hey, Bradley, what's your favorite sports?
My favorite sport, he's obviously a soccer player. My favorite sport to watch, and I actually played a little bit, is football. So, and when I say football, I don't mean soccer, I mean American football. Yeah, simple question.
Hey Bradley, Martyn, it's Terrence. I was just wondering, do you really stress on your abs, or you just lift like your basic deadlifts, bench, and squat?
Yes, I love this question. I love when people ask this question.
Didn't we just post a video?
We did. We posted a video about this. The truth is this. So yeah, I did a video about a quick ab session. I kind of gave like a little spiel about why I kept it quick. So you could check that video. That's one of my, I think posted like last week. But this is the truth, guys. I don't hit abs a ton, right? If I do, it's very like, it's rarely, it's minimal, it's not super heavy, it's not super hard. Because you have to understand when you're doing the big three, right? The squat, the bench, the deadlift, or if you're doing the clean and jerk and the snatch and stuff like that, these bigger compound exercises, you're getting the core stabilization that you need. And another one, overhead presses, like you're getting that core stabilization that you can't get when you're doing just like crunches, right? So you're building the strength that you need. Now, the reality is this, abs is a genetic thing, right? So yeah, it's gonna matter to an extent, like if you do, you know, crunches, you do some type of shaping or some type of like stress to the abdominals to make the muscle bigger. But again, those big three will put a stress to it, and then it's gonna come all the way around to if your goal is to see your abs, you have to be at a lower percentage of body fat, and that level of body fat is different for every person. So for me, I could have maybe more body fat and you could still see my abs because that's the kind of genetics that I have, right? Versus someone who may be at a lower body fat, but their ab genetics, like the makeup of the tissue may not be as embossed, right? It's not as gonna stand out as much when they have a higher level of body fat versus someone like me, my abs might stick out a little bit more. So you have to understand there's so much more to it than just hitting abs. It's the level of body fat, it's all the other activities that you're doing, and just keeping that intensity in the gym, you know. But don't get caught up so much in, oh, I need to do this certain ab exercise to get abs. And I've said this before and I'll say it again, most people, fitness experts, who say this is what you need to get abdominals are only concerned with one thing, and that's putting money in their pocket. Now, I'm not gonna say I don't sell training. I'm not gonna say I don't sell routines. I'm not gonna say I would never tell you to do a certain ab routine. I'm not gonna say those things because I would do all those things, and I do all those things, and I do make a living doing this, but I'm never gonna be like, this is what you need to get abs, because there's so much more to it than just doing a routine, than just following that exercise program. Like, it's your diet, it's your intensity in the gym, it's how often you go to the gym, it's everything else, it's your stress levels. Like, there's so much more that happens to be able to get to that low level of body fat to see your abdominals than just like following someone's magical routine. So don't get caught up in people trying to sell you that abdominal dream, because it's bullshit. There's so much more to it, and you gotta just at the end of the day, if you want them, you can get them. You just have to keep grinding, you have to keep focused, you have to stay on it, and you have to do what's gonna get you to that level. Because what gets you to that level may be different than what gets me to that level. So remember that and don't forget it. I love talking about shit like that, man. It's like my favorite. This is one of the biggest misconceptions in the fitness industry, is people selling this dream.
How much time do you spend in the gym a day?
Damn, he got me on that one. I've been here all day, actually. I spend a lot of time at the gym, and I've realized more than lately, because of YouTube and because of you guys, I find myself here more often, but I like it, I enjoy it. So if you're asking me specifically how much time do I spend at the gym weightlifting, like in a routine, probably most of the time anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, and I'll never really go more than that actually working out. And it depends what I'm doing, because sometimes I'll come to the gym and I'll do like a squat session or a deadlift, and warm-ups to those heavier weights can take much longer than just going in and doing a bodybuilding routine. So it all depends what I'm doing. Oh, I think this is a girl. I think we got a girl, because it says miss. I don't even know what to say. You guys saw that. I don't know what to say.
So Bradley, my quick question would be, how do you make sure to stay on your diet and, you know, not to cheat?
So I've answered this kind of question before. You got to remember, he asked me a question before. It's the same guy. So anyways, you have to figure out your why. Figure out why you're doing it. Why are you focused on a goal and what that goal is, and why are you attacking that goal with vigor, right? So when you want to quit or you want to cheat and you want to let it go, think back to like why you started, why you're here, what's the purpose, what's your purpose of getting, and what does it mean to you? That'll keep you back on track, and that'll remind you to get back on track and stay there. So don't forget that. Let's do one more.
Okay, another girl.
I think we got another girl.
Hey Bradley, what would be the best approach for somebody who wants to lose weight but not necessarily bulk up? I've heard that lifting on its own can help you lose weight, but what are your thoughts? Will I bulk up or not?
I got it. Okay. So I was first confused what she was saying, but so this girl, Maria, now I'm not saying this against you or as a person or anything. You're like most women in today's society. You feel that, I can tell by your question, that if you lift weights, that you'll get bulky or big. And you have to understand that women and men are so different in a very simple thing, but it can be complex for a lot of people. Hormone levels, right? So women have much more delicate hormone levels. So men have more testosterone, women have less testosterone, a higher level of estrogen, right? So you guys gotta understand that these levels, these hormones are what's gonna kind of dictate how your body adapts to training. So women cannot build a ton of muscle tissue very quickly, whereas some men, for example, can build more muscle tissue more quickly and become bigger. But you have to understand at the end of the day, regardless of that fact, your diet, the food that you eat, and your weightlifting style is gonna depend and is gonna dictate how you respond to the stress that you put on it. So you have to realize that you're not gonna just start lifting weights and look like a dude. It's not gonna happen. So to answer your question, I guess it was kind of like, should I work out or not almost, because she's afraid of getting bulky, but she wants to lose weight. Weightlifting will absolutely help you lose body fat, will absolutely help you look better. You gotta get out of that thought of that it's gonna make you bulky or look like a man or whatever it is. It's such a false pretense that you will not gain muscle that quickly. Some men don't even gain muscle that quickly. You have to work at it. So you have to realize that the amount of muscle that you're gonna build from lifting weights is gonna be very minimal to a man. And that aside, thinking when you lift weights, there's so much that happens to your body that makes your body more efficient at everything else. So it makes your body more efficient at processing nutrients. So the food that you give it, it makes it better at assimilating it into your body so that it goes in the right places, right? The right muscles, the muscle cells instead of the fat cells. So you need to realize that weightlifting isn't gonna make you manly. And I know I keep repeating this, but I just want you to get it through, not your head, because that kind of sounds like annoying or arrogant, but I really just want women to understand that, and guys. You got to realize that things don't just happen overnight. You don't just get jacked in 2 weeks of training. So if your goal is to lose fat, absolutely. I think you need to lift weights to help facilitate that. And then you have to do some sort of cardio routine to maybe speed that process up a little bit. But I think a lot of women get scared of the gym, and they get afraid of the gym because of this whole idea that they're going to look manly, and that just doesn't happen. And it definitely doesn't happen overnight. And you just have to realize that it's not gonna happen to you. You're not gonna get jacked. You're not gonna look like a dude. You're gonna get exactly what you want. And a lot of times you have to realize, like, most girls that I speak to, they say they want a butt and they want like nice legs or whatever, and they want to be toned or tight. That's what weightlifting is gonna do for you. If you just ran on a cardio machine all day and just lost a ton of weight, you're gonna be yourself but a smaller version. You're not gonna have shape, right? Shape is what I think most women want. They want to have like a nice butt, right? And guys too, you want to have like nice shoulders and like bigger legs. Most guys should, at least, because it gives you that V-taper look, right? So that stuff doesn't happen overnight. You don't just start weightlifting, you get big and you get jacked and you have big legs and, you know, big shoulders and a big butt. Like, you need to work at it. And if you want to lose fat, that will also help in that same process. So this is another girl.
Hey Bradley, I have a question. What's the best workout routine, if there even is a best workout routine, or is it just workout?
I'm sorry, bro. Did they hear me whisper that? I hope not. Yeah, he asked me, is there a best workout routine? There is absolutely not a best workout routine. And we're gonna end on that note. You guys gotta understand, I said earlier in this actual video, there is no one right way to do a thing, right? There's no one best way to do a thing. You have to worry about what you've done, what your goal is, and where you want to go. So what you've done is going to depend on like what you need to do now, and that's more important than like this routine or that routine or this ab routine or that one thing. You got to understand that you just have to learn how to try and get away from like this whole sets, reps and stuff for a while, especially if you're a beginner, and just work hard. And it's that simple. Work harder, work smarter, and you'll get there. That's it. So, are we good? That's good.